In this short video, I'm going to go through common terms that are used in Google Analytics. It's always good to understand these terms. So if you do look at your Google Analytics reports, you understand what the figures mean and what the graphs and everything mean in analytics. So this will help you make better decisions about your website to see if it is working for you, if it's moving in the right direction, or whatever the case may be. So let me jump straight into it. First, when you get into analytics, you were able to see these terms there, like users, new users, sessions, bounce rate, new versus returning visitors, all these kind of terms. And I'm going to go through the definitions of these terms. So starting off with sessions. So sessions, when somebody visits your website for a specific amount of time, and that specific amount of time is set as a default of 30 minutes. So this can be a little bit confusing, but the way I understand it is, let's say I visit your website at 1 o'clock and I look at a few pages and I leave your website, and then at 2 o'clock I come back to your website and I start looking around again. That will be recorded as 2 sessions. But let's say I go to your site at 1 o'clock and I move around your website. I look at different pages, say till 1:05. I leave, I come back at 1:15 and I look at your more pages on your website. That will be considered one session. So within that 30 minutes, the time will be counted as one session. But let's say I go outside of that 30 minutes, then a new session will start being recorded, if that makes sense. So yeah, so sessions is just when somebody visits your websites for a specific time. If I can give another example just to make it simpler, let's say I come to your website at 1 o'clock. I look around on your website till 1:05. That will be a session, basically. So yeah, I hope that makes sense because it can be a bit confusing. So new sessions is a new session occurs when Google Analytics cookie is cookied someone for the first time. So this is the easiest way to understand it. It's just the first time somebody comes to your website, looks around your website, and Analytics places a cookie on that person's browser. So now we know, okay, this person has come to our website. A returning session means that the visitor has been cookied previously. So this simple way to understand it is somebody's just come back to your website and they're looking around on your site. And it's always good to look at the returning sessions. You want this to increase all the time because that means that you've got good followers, people following your website, and it means that the content on your website is good because you're getting people back to come back to your website. Okay, then a user is counted by the number of cookies that have been seen over a specific period of time. So a user can come to your website, look around your website, and it will show how many times that person's actually been cookied in a specific period of time, and this will be counted as a user. The next one is a page view. So the number of times that a page has loaded and the data was sent to Google Analytics. So every time a page is loaded on your website, that info, a bit of code is sent to Google Analytics, and this tells Google Analytics that this page is actually being loaded. So the number of times a page has loads and that information is sent to Google Analytics, this is what a page view. So that's how Analytics knows that this page has been viewed this amount of times. And obviously you want to see how many page views you get a month, because this means that you're getting that people are actually going through your website and enjoying the content that is on your website. Session duration. So this is the time between your first page view and your last page view. So as long as in the 30-minute session window. So like we explained, that 30-minute default. So let's say I come to your site at 1 o'clock, like I said earlier, and I leave 5:05. I leave your site. I looked around on different pages, and I leave 5+1. The session duration will be 5 minutes. So yeah, the longer your session duration, most of the times it means that your content is engaging and you're getting the right type of people to your website that is finding your content valuable. So your bounce rate, the bounce rate is the number of sessions where a user views only one page. They come and then they leave. So they came and they left your website. It just means that they came through, they did one page and then left. They didn't go through the rest of your website. It doesn't mean necessarily it's a bad thing, but you can just keep an eye on it to see if your bounce rate is really high. Then it means that people are not really engaging with your website. But it also doesn't have to mean it's a bad thing, because if with a high bounce rate, what you're getting the conversions and that you want, just producing what you want, then it's not really a bad thing. So goal is teaching analytics the purpose of your website. So this can be things like purchases, like sales. You want to record that as goals. It could be time on site. You could set as goals. So you want to set maybe a 5-minute goal for people that stays over 5 minutes on your website. It could be lead captures, people filling out contact forms. There's various goals that you can set in analytics. Be sure to check out my video that I created about goals, how to set up goals in analytics. This will explain a little bit more about goals, but you can set this up in analytics, and this shows analytics what the purpose is of your website. So that's basically it. That's the end. Yeah. So that's basically what I wanted to cover in this video. Just give you the terminology that is used commonly in Google Analytics. Please go through the other videos on the channel about analytics if you are interested, and like and subscribe to the channel. I will be adding more videos on various topics in digital marketing, from analytics to Facebook ads, Google ads, paid media, everything in paid media. So yeah, thanks for listening and keep well. Bye.